Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is episode number 5 of Q&A Sunday, the 15th of December. Only 10 days to go before the big jolly fat man comes down the chimney to give us all our presents. So I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait this year because you know I'm getting a PlayStation 4 and I just really want to play it so badly. I want to play NBA, FIFA, Battlefield 4. I've been playing Battlefield 4 on the PS3 recently, and it's a great game, but the graphics are terrible. You know, there's only 24 players in the game, and you know, PS4 is going to be a massive leap in graphics, and not only that, but 64 players, so cannot wait. Anyway, let me know what you guys are going to get for Christmas in the comments. So getting straight into it and talking about next gen, the first question from Thanasis Papas, and we've got some Milan versus Roma in the background for you guys to watch. PS4 or Xbox One, and why? Well, I've always been a PlayStation fanboy. There's no question. Arguments aside, I always, at high school, you know, I would always argue with people. No, Xbox sucks. I'm a PS boy, always have been, and love it. Now, I'm not saying Xbox does suck, but I've had the PS1, 2, 3, and obviously I'm getting the 4. The only console which I haven't had, which wasn't Sony, was the N64 back in the 90s. And I love that. Absolutely loved it, to be honest with you. It had some cracking games, but just never been a fan of Xbox. I don't like the controller. I think the console is very ugly. It's just a box. You know, I know, you know, appearances aren't everything, but you know, Sony do a good job making them sleek. And I think the PS4 this year, number one, is $100 cheaper. Obviously, you don't get a Kinect or you don't get the camera with it, but do we need a camera? You know, I like to sit on my chair with a controller, a beer, play some PS4. Don't like moving around. Don't want to. The Kinect to me is just like a forced thing that Microsoft are trying to make people do, which I don't think is the right way to go. You know, for $500 for a console, it's a lot of money. You know, so a lot of people were surprised when the PS4 came out. It's only going to be $399. That's cheap, and it's selling very well. There's no question. So for me, I'd have to go for the PS4. But let me know in the comments, Xbox One or PS4, and why yourself. Alright, next up from Games Mania. It's a little bit of a long one here. I want to start a YouTube. I feel comfortable about doing it on the PC, but I want a next-gen console, but I know I will most likely not get a capture card. What do you use to record, and what do you use to edit? And where can you get PC games cheap? Love your videos, mate. Well, thanks very much for that. I'll answer the first question there, which is, what do I use to record? Well, I have a Hauppauge HD PVR2 Gaming Edition. It was about $150–60 from Best Buy, and it's great. It does a real great job. Obviously, you can record PS3, PC. The only problem I have right now is when I get a PS4, I don't think you can record natively straight to the PVR. You need to buy some converters, and I don't want to spend $50 on something. So hopefully, Sony and Hauppauge will sort some kind of a patch out so we can just record straight off the PlayStation 4. But I use it, it works great, there's no lag while I'm recording PES or FIFA, and yeah, it's top quality. What do I use to record? I've done that one. And what do you use to edit? Now I use Power Director, Cyberlink Power Director. If you haven't heard of it, it's very, very good. You need kind of a powerful PC to run it, but you know, it's still a little bit slow on mine, but what I like about it over Vegas, which a lot of people use, Vegas is... It's not that user-friendly, I feel. There's a lot of buttons, there's a lot of... It's so messy. And the interface is very cloggy. It's quick to use, but I'm not a fan of it. Also, the rendering times. I can render probably, you know, a 15-minute video, which is about a gig in size in Power Director, in about 20 minutes. I do that in Vegas, it's going to take me over an hour. So that is the reason why I use it, and it's good stuff. Where can you get PC games cheap? Where can't you get them cheap these days? Steam is always cheap. Amazon has them. But probably Steam's your best bet these days. They're always having digital sales that you know, probably worthwhile getting. Alright, next up from Oscar Sayetha. Now once again I'm going to apologise for the names. You guys have some crazy names. He asked, do you believe in God? That's a pretty deep question right there. It's a tough one, you know. I've never been that religious, although number one, right, this is weird, I'm Catholic, I've had my communion, I used to go to church up until I was about 10, but I haven't stepped into church since about then. I'm just not into the whole religious thing, and I've got nothing against people that have their own religion, believe in God. They're atheists, they're Catholic, Jewish, whatever. It's fine by me. Personally, I'm Catholic, and that's as much as I stand by it. The whole do I believe in God thing, you know, I don't know. It's a tough one to answer. I've never really been a huge, you know, sometimes, yeah, you know, you'll have something happen, yeah, I believe it in, then you have something bad happen, no, I don't. So, you know, it's just one of those things. But I'm Catholic, and I have had a communion, if that helps. Next up from Simon McDermott, we've got some long questions here today. Are you still using Clashman 69 tactics? Have you edited all of the default team tactics and replaced them with Clashman's? If so, do you find they're better than the default 2014 ones? Well, yes, they are better than Konami's, because I don't think Konami put a lot of effort into setting up the tactics for some of these teams. They just don't. Arsenal probably, you know, don't really play like Arsenal default. Man United don't. Real Madrid, Barcelona. So yes, Clashman 69's tactics are way better. The problem is, however, every time I edit them, a new patch comes out with a new update, and they all get deleted. So I have to sit down and do them all again, so I have given up. I've just given up doing them because it's too much of a hassle. Master League still has all the tactics though, so that doesn't change. Once you save them in Master League and start a Master League, it does stay there. So there's your answer. Next up from Zalina Yabar says, do you think Arsenal will win the league this season? Well, the way they're playing, yes, I do think they're going to win the league this season. I know they lost to Napoli the other day in the Champions League. It wasn't a big game, but they're playing really well. You know, I think it's going to be between Arsenal, City and Chelsea. Liverpool are playing well, but I don't think Liverpool have enough to really title or make a, you know, run for the title this season. Might finish top 4. Man United, let's not even go there right now. But yeah, Arsenal at the moment are looking very strong. Alright, from Hatiki Win says 2 questions. Which state do you live in the USA? And do you know how many gigabytes or megabytes in FIFA 14? Love your series, by the way. Thank you very much. I'll answer the first one. I live in Orlando, Florida. So there we have it. Altamont Springs, if you want to know the exact location and look me up. Not going to give you my address, but yeah, I live in Orlando. And, you know, it's December now, and it's about 70-something degrees. It's beautiful. The other day I was doing a little bit of editing outside near the pool. Oh, it's magic. Absolute magic. So, Orlando's where I live. The second question is a little bit, I'm not sure what you're asking here. How many gigabytes or megabytes in FIFA? I don't know. Obviously, it's in the gigabytes. Probably around 5 or 6, 7 gigabytes. But that's all I can do. Now, next question is a big one. So, stay tuned for this one here from SW Pensterifi. He says, hi, the true Brits, in quotes. How about that? I love your videos, dude. I have a question about PES 2014. See, I seriously like this new engine and all, but I look at your videos and I do not notice any lag when you play. I seem to have a problem with lag when I play on my PS3, especially when it comes to the 16-yard box. I guess you mean the 18-yard box. Everything goes slow motion on me. I mean, should I get my PS3 serviced or something, or should I install this new patch that you mentioned? Thanks a lot. Oh, and good luck with United, Moyes. I'm a Barca fan. Always a Barca fan. Well, should I answer the question if you're a Barca fan? Well, I will. No, don't get your PS3 serviced. This is just a problem with the game. It's as simple as that. This is why I play PES on PC, because it runs as smooth as butter or silk, whatever you want to reference it. It's just so flawless. There's never a problem. You can see the videos here. There's no slowdown. There's no lag. You play it on consoles, it's optimized horribly. Konami have had a problem with this for many, many years. I don't understand why. They can blame it on the hardware, but FIFA doesn't have that problem. And Konami isn't really a graphically demanding game, and it never has been. So, no, don't get your PS3 serviced. It's just a problem with the game, unfortunately. I recommend you play PES on PC anyway, because it looks better, it runs better, and that's why I do. Installing the patch, unfortunately, PES Edit is only available on PC, so you know it's not going to work on PS3. But yeah, that's basically the question. Don't get it serviced, it's just the game. Next up from Mike Melanista says, can you do an AC Milan vs Roma game of the week? Well, we're doing one, not game of the week, but it is here for you guys to look at. And do you think Man United and AC Milan is in the same conditions because they are lying in 9th position as well? Well, I don't think AC Milan are as big as United. I don't think that's the case. AC Milan haven't been winning the league every single year. Juventus have started winning championships. But Manchester United, it's a bit different. You know, Man United lost a huge manager. The expectations are still very high. People still want them to win trophies and games. And it's a big job for David Moyes to come in and replace a legend like that. It's going to take a bit of time, unfortunately. But I don't think they're quite in the same position. I think AC Milan should be doing a hell of a lot better. And so should Manchester United. All right, a couple more questions here. We'll have a look at some highlights from this game. Super Ryan Ellis says, first of all, love your videos and you deserve more views. Well, get them out there. Get me them views, guys. Nextly, my first question, which midfielder would you like to see at United realistically? And 2, do you ever see a Ronaldo return? Okay, well, it's going to be tough to pick a midfielder realistically. I mean, they had a chance to get Pogba, didn't they? Sir Alex Ferguson could have bought him a couple of seasons ago. Didn't want to do it. Bad decision. Because now he's playing really well. Type of player they need. They need a young, flair-like player. They needed to buy someone like Ozil. It didn't happen. And, you know, they've got too many defensive players. Fellaini, terrible, waste of money. Hasn't done anything. Carrick, he's getting older. Giggs, he's 40 years of age. Cleverly, he's not a Man United player. Not good enough. Kagawa hasn't been good enough for me. He's too slow thinking. He's not quick enough on the ball. Hasn't scored any goals. Who else do we have that plays there? Anderson doesn't get a looking. All these midfielders are just not good enough. They used to be, yeah, Giggs used to be good. Used to be good enough when he was younger, but he isn't. They need a flair player like Ozil. They need to pick up 2 quality central midfielders, and Man United will be playing a hell of a lot better. With him, Rooney and Van Persie, they've got some pace down the wings. It wouldn't be a problem. So that's my thoughts. Will I ever see a Ronaldo return? I'd love to see a Ronaldo return, but unfortunately, no, it's not going to happen. Ronaldo's not going to come back now, especially since Alex Ferguson's gone, which is a shame, but it's part and parcel of the game. Anyway, that is all the questions we have for today. Please be sure to submit those questions for next week. If you didn't get answered this week, submit it again for next week, and I'll be sure to answer them, because some of these questions have been answered before in my previous videos, so check those out. Be sure to head over to TheTrueBrits.com, predict those scorelines, and take care. Enjoy your holidays, enjoy Christmas, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care.